You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Smith from Litter Media Live. This is our Fairfield County special edition. We're talking with Deb Connell of the Lancaster Festival, and that, of course, is coming up here in late July. Deb, good to see you again. And when we visited last time, we said we would get back with you to get caught up, and we're just a little more than a month away as we do this interview from the festival, and I wanted to get caught up with activities as well as the all-important ticket sales for the big concerts.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me back. Yeah, it is just like a month, 5 weeks away. That made my heart stop just a little bit because I still have a lot to do. Yeah, we're everything's going well. We do still have tickets available for every performance that we have. The tables are sold out for Sheryl Crow, but there's lots of lawn seating left. So everybody needs to get a ticket today and join us.
Since we spoke last, we were chatting about this just before going on the air. Sheryl Crow has been actually voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You knew that she had been nominated when we did our last interview, but now she's officially in the Hall of Fame. So what a great honor, and what a great thing to have someone of her caliber on the Lancaster stage.
Yeah, she very well deserved induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. She's been in music for a very long time. She's kind of crossed every genre. Her last album was put out in 2019, I believe, and it was duos, and it's called Threads, and it's a cross section of everybody from Chris Stapleton to everybody that's in music today. So very well deserved. I can't think of a genre that she hasn't hit at some point in her life. So we're very excited to have her.
When we're talking about ticket sales still being available for that show, with the arrangement that you have for seating, standing room only, what kind of crowds do you usually anticipate for some of the bigger concerts?
The bigger concerts, we do have a max capacity for those. It's not so much how many people we can get on the field. It's, the infrastructure that we have for those people, and just to make sure that everybody has a little bit of room so that everyone's comfortable. And that's about 15,000. Typically on the Saturday nights, we get a little less than that. For instance, last year, the final concert, Billy Currington, we had about 13, which is still a large crowd. We expect the Sheryl Crow concert to be at that level. Right now, the Andy Grammer sales are going a little bit higher than what we typically see at this point for the first Saturday night concert. So he is selling very well too. And the funny thing that I find is if I talk to anybody who's like under 30, they are more excited about Andy Grammer.
Yeah.
So it's very much a generational split, but both concerts are going to be fantastic.
Now, Cheryl's on the 29th, Andy's July
22nd.
22nd. Okay. So it's just Saturday then.
Yeah, Saturday with, concerts in between. Where, there's a lot more going on than just those 2 Saturday night concerts. 70 events in 10 days. We're pretty busy.
Let's talk about some of those sandwich, if we can use that term, events, because everybody knows about Andy and Sheryl being there.
Right. So at the Wendell concert stage, which is at OUL, we have 5 concerts going on this year. The first Saturday night is Andy Grammer. Monday night is our Monday night jazz concert. We have Byron Stripling and his friends. We have Bobby Floyd coming down. He's got, I just talked to him the other day, Byron, and he has a wonderful young male vocalist that he's bringing with him. He likes to highlight some new and upcoming talent. That concert has become one of the community's favorite and growing concerts. The Tuesday night concert is a free concert to the community. You don't have to even have a ticket. You just show up and come out. And we are doing an orchestra rock and pops concert. The idea is to show different generations that our orchestra can play more than just the traditional classical music that you see them playing. They are incredible musicians, and the things that they can do with an orchestra are astounding. Wednesday night, our tribute band night, it is the funnest, most relaxed, most casual evening. And this year it's going to be on the wild side, I think. So we have the Red Hot Chili Pipers, not peppers.
Yeah.
They are an 8-piece rock band fronted by bagpipers from Scotland.
Wow.
They play everything from Guns N' Roses to Red Hot Chili Pipers to Nirvana. I mean, they kind of cover the gamut, but it is high energy the entire time.
Yeah.
We have a great duo that's opening up for them called House of Hamel. Sorry, not a duo, a trio. House of Hamel, who take music in a different direction, but it pairs very well with the Red Hot Chili Pipers. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we get a little break out there for a couple of days, and then the grand finale with Sheryl Crow on the 29th. Other than that, all over town, we have concerts free downtown twice a day. We have art classes for kids. We have our classical music pieces, which are opening night at St. Mary Church. Basilica of St. Mary. They just got deemed as a basilica this year. So we've got opening night, which is a classical performance at that church on the 20th. So that's actually what we open the festival with, is that performance by the orchestra. Lots of smaller orchestra ensembles all over town. You will see us everywhere doing everything.
When we were talking about ticket sales earlier, let's talk about how to go about getting those tickets.
Sure. You can go online to lancasterfestival.org. You can call our office, 740-687-4808, or you can stop in our box office, which is 117 West Wheeling Street in Lancaster.
And along with all of the entertainment activities that we've talked about, you talked about, during each day, all the various activities. I imagine there's probably just about any kind of food that you can get or think about getting that'll be available at the local restaurants, bistros, and so forth.
Yeah, well, all the restaurants, of course, some of them make something special for the festival, or they have special packages. There's also downtown the entire duration. There's a few food trucks. There's a community dining area that's set up downtown. So even in between the concerts that we are having each day, you can, grab your lunch and hang out with your friends. In the morning, each day during the festival week, we do a children's concert at 10 a.m. And then at noon, we have a different type of music each day on our stage for that noontime hour, so that you have some entertainment for your lunch.
What year is this for the Lancaster Festival?
39.
And that is excluding COVID, where you were?
That counts COVID. We decided not to drop that out because it would just get too confusing 20 years from now when none of us remember COVID. And while we didn't have an in-person festival, we did do some virtual performances to keep the community engaged with music and art. So
what kind of planning, as far as, we're most concerned right now about 2023, but when do you start planning for the following year, or is it years plural?
We are planning 2024 right now.
Wow.
We're not very far into that planning, but we are planning 2024. The goal is to be an entire year ahead at some point, have at least the framework for the following year in place. We've done really well with progressing that forward. We sort of build the festival with the 2 Saturday nights first, and then we build the other performances as we go along. We want to make sure that we are offering a very wide range of types of music, of things that appeal to different people. It'd be pretty boring if we had the same thing at every concert. So that's very important to us. And the artistic selection committee, we come up with a big list of names and we sort of narrow it down to, 4 or 5 that are really on the top of our list. And then we kind of go after them, successively. If one tells us no, we move on to the next one. So it's an interesting process, and it does take a year to put everything together. Like I said, my heart skipped a beat a little bit when you said a month, because there are a few very fine details that I'm still working out. So
yeah, I would imagine if you're trying to contract a particular act, a band, they are scheduling years in advance.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just heard on the radio a few days ago, I think, there's a performer that's going to be in Columbus that is June of 24. So they're already announcing and selling tickets June of 24. Wow. So, you really have to get with these artists, find out who's going to tour next summer, who's going to be in the United States next summer. So, there's a lot of things that come into play when you're approaching artists and making offers to them.
It's the 39th annual Lancaster Festival, one of the top billing events in all of Central and Southern Ohio each summer. Deb, we appreciate you being with us a couple of times this year to talk about this. And it's, as you said, just 5 weeks away. We wish you all the best, and we hope that you have people from all over coming into Lancaster for this great event.
Thank you so much. And I hope to see you all at the festival.
Deb Connell of the Lancaster Festival, our guest on Litter Media's Fairfield County Special Edition. I'm Mike Smith.